In today's fast evolving job market, standing out from the crowd is no longer optional, it's essential. And one of the most powerful tools that you have at your disposal isn't your network. It's not even your interviewing skills or even your experience alone. It's your CV or resume. That single document can be the difference between landing an interview and being overlooked no matter how qualified you are. Hello there, my name is Caleb Wallace. I'm a digital expert, and today we're going to be talking about CVs and resume and how to build one correctly. Now, the truth is, recruiters and hiring managers don't spend much time reviewing everyone's application. On an average, just 6 to 7 seconds. So imagine that there's a job posting out there, and there are about 1,000 people signing up for that job. Okay, 1,000 people sending in their resumes and their CVs. Hiring managers and recruiters don't have that time to look at 1,000 resumes or 1,000 applications. Okay, instead, they are filtered through applicant tracking system called the ATS. It's called an AI-powered software that scans and ranks resumes before your recruiter sees them. So if your resume is not optimized for both humans and machines, it could be rejected before you even get a chance to prove yourself. Okay, so what exactly is the difference between a CV and a resume? Let's start with that. In many parts of the world, like Europe and Africa, the terms are often used interchangeably. But in countries like the United States, there is a distinction, a big difference. Now, a resume is typically a concise 1 to 2 page summary of your relevant skills and experience. I'm going to say it again. A resume is typically a concise 1 to 2 page summary of your relevant skills and experience. Now, this can be tailored to the job you're applying for. Okay, but a CV, on the other hand, is short. It's the short form of a curriculum vitae. It's more detailed document that includes your full academic history, which is very, very important, your certifications, your publications, and professional background. Okay, I'm going to say the CV again. I say a CV is a detailed document that indicates your full or includes your full academic history, certifications, publications, and professional background. So every single thing a resume has, a CV has that, plus an inclusion of your full academic history, an inclusion of certificates, an inclusion of publications and professional background. So CVs are usually required for academic research or international roles, while resumes are preferred for corporate, business, or tech positions. Now, one of the biggest mistakes job seekers make is using a one size fit all approach when building their resume or their CVs. Now, although for the CV aspect, it depends because, like I said, your CV could be for educational pursuit, it could be for international pursuit. All right, so you could have one CV that works for that, but I will always advise sometimes to change. But for your resume, it is crucial that you don't use the same resume for multiple different job applications. You have to tailor your resume, you have to tweak it to something that is suitable for the position you are applying for, because the ATS is scanning for keywords that are relevant. Okay, they're scanning for keywords. Each application should be customized to reflect those specific keywords, the skills, and the experiences the employer is looking for. This not only helps you pass through ATS, filers, but it also shows that shows the hiring team that you've done your homework and you understand what they need. Do you understand? Now, another common pitfall is failing to quantify achievements. Now, don't just list your responsibilities, show the impact you made. Instead of saying managed social media accounts, try something like increased Instagram engagement by 120% through strategic content planning. When you are showing your achievements in your resumes, okay, because numbers instantly make your experience more compelling and credible. So now all of this that I just said, now I'm going to show you. I'm going to in the next slide that are coming. I'm going to show you an example between an outdated resume type and a current modern resume type, and I'll explain the breakdown of the common resume of the current resume type and how you should continue building your resume in 2025. All right, so let's get into the next slide. All right, so here are some old, outdated resumes that do not work anymore. Okay, all of these colors you are seeing over here in this resume, it's not allowed when it comes to the ATS tracking systems. Okay, so this on its own is already a big red flag, so do not do it. You do not need all of these fancy designs, fancy fonts. You just need something clear, bold, and easily recognizable. Now, having a picture on your resume depends on the country you are in. Like in some part of Dubai, they accept that there's a picture on your resume. Some of them, not all, but I'll prefer that it's better you just do it without pictures because the ETS has it's difficult, finds it difficult to scan images. Do you understand? So no pictures, no colorful stuff. And if you are writing, please do it from up to down, not left to right. So all of this left alignment is not necessary. Okay, all this left alignment you're seeing here is not necessary. So this is a bad resume example. Likewise, this one is a bad resume example. Likewise, this one, too many colors. It's not even looking professional. The ATS is going to flag it as wrong. Um, Likewise, this one, although this one is quite neat, but still at the same time, there's an image here, which depends on the country you are in. So please do your research. So there's an image here, and this is already a big red flag. There's a left to right kind of aligning, which the ATS cannot scan and read. So no. Likewise, this one, though there isn't much imagery, there is no picture, there's no much design, but still, it's still left to right alignment. The ATS cannot scan this. So no. Okay. Now this right here, this is exactly the resume that is standard for the ATS system. You can see how clearly it is. I don't know if it's showing clearly. You can see that's the name. It's just a template, please. So that's the name. That's the city, country, numbers, and the email. At some point, it's not a must you must put the country because definitely where you are submitting your resume, you're already in that country already. So there's really no point putting the country. You can just leave it at the city of that country you are in. Okay, it depends if you feel like, right? So you can see how from up to down this is easily ATS friendly and trackable. There is no left to right kind of reading, no design whatsoever, clean, precise font. So this is very good. Likewise, this as well, very good. Likewise, this as well, very good. I'm going to show you the one that I use personally. This is also good as well. Please do not mind the blue that is on top. It was cut out. Okay, it's not part of the resume itself. There was no design. Let's go over again how the ATS works. Like I said, it's what it's the applicant tracking system. It's something the recruiters and the hiring managers use to track resumes based on keywords, specifications, and skill set rather than reading the entire resume. So you just have to optimize your resume based on the skill word, based on the particular job. It is why I said there is no one size fits all when creating your resume. Okay. Now, the reason why we need ATS is because, like I said in the example I gave, it's time saving, it's keyword filtering, and it eliminates unqualified candidates. All right. Um, like I said, it might not be seen by a human eye, and the ATS doesn't like using fancy designs, like I explained, and the wrong file formats rather, wrong keywords and vague data. So everything you are giving should be fresh, the keywording should be perfect. The file format, please, PDF is the right file format when submitting your resume. Submit it in PDF, right? Not in Google Docs because you do not know what you know what reader they are using at that point. But the ATS can freely and happily scan through a PDF document. So please do not submit your resume in a Google Docs style. Not submit it imagery, just submit it as a PDF. It's way better and safe. Don't submit as MS Word as well, please. use it in a PDF because that's the universal standard that the ATS systems like. Do you understand? Okay, now this is an example of a well optimized resume. Okay, this is mine that I use for an example. It's not complete, it's not that complete, but it's just an example. So you can see how clear my name is up there. For example, I just assume I'm a social media manager. That's the title over there, based on the job I'm applying for. If I'm applying for a graphic design job, it's going to be graphic design over here, not social media manager. So that's my contact. One is enough. That's my email, professional email. Please, all of this stuff like you say, um, Jackie Chan 234 at gmail.com or hotgirl17. Please stop that. Professional email. Create a professional email, or you can even create a business email if you had it, if you have the time for that. So make sure your email is concise and is reflecting your name because hiring managers check for that, especially the ATS systems. Do you understand? So that's my CTVI Lagos from saying this, it's Nigeria, and that's my LinkedIn account. All right. Now profile summary. This is a profile summary, and it should be targeted based on the job you're applying for. What job am I applying for? Social media manager. So result driven social media manager, you can see there. If it was graphic design, I would change this to graphic design. So keyword is important right here. With 5+ year of experience, keyword that after your experience as well, PTS is listening. With 5+ year of experience in content, I say listening, sorry, is viewing. With 5 years of experience in content strategy is what is looking for social media management. Content strategy, audience engagement, analytics, paid advertising, proven ability to boost brand awareness, optimizing. All these are all the keywords associated um, with this job, which is social media manager. So you could use an AI to get the keywords. There's no problem in that. Get the keywords from an AI, write it down on your profile summary, but make sure it is keyworded. All right, now the next thing you go to is your skills. Now the skills are broken down into core competence and technical skills, not hard and soft skills. Okay, so the core competence, these are my core based on what my skill set. So based on the job I'm applying for, content strategy, social media analytics, audience engagement, paid ads, brand positioning, all of that. And these are my technical skills. And these are the skills that I'm going to be using to get all of this done. Okay, this is the skills of a certain, will I say, I have this knowledge on this aspect to be able to get these jobs, which are content strategy, social media analytics done. Those are the technical skills. Meta ad, Google ad, SEO, Canva. So all of that you listed there, and make sure it is something that is what optimized. Like some hiring managers can say they're looking for social media manager that can use Photoshop. That's why you can see right there, Photoshop. So everything you are writing down on your resume should make sure it is optimized. All right. Make sure it is keyworded. So search for keyword. The AI can help you. Now the work experience, I did only one. You can you can do three work experience. This text font that I use, right, you can make it a little bit smaller, like the rest of the examples I gave. Right, because when you print it out, it's quite bigger. You can make it smaller. The ATS machine can still read through it. Do you understand? So you can have space to put three experience. I'll prefer that you put three experience, all right, 2 to 3 experience at least, not just one, because that way there is a gap of comparison, right? Where okay they can see more proof rather than just putting one. There's this thing called the power of three that we use in business. So three experiences is important, way more better and beneficial, right? Yeah, so that's that. You can see my experience. You can see the way I did it. Developed and executed data. I did not just say I worked for blah blah blah. I did blah. Mm-mm. I'm showing numbers. I am showing what I did. I'm showing how I did it. I'm showing the result. Do you understand? Developed and execute data-driven social media manage and social media strategies. That's what I did. Okay, and this is the result: increasing engagement rates by 65%. Those numbers, because business is a numbers game. Those numbers are what they're looking. They are the traction. What drives the result, all right? So you can see my work experience. It has both the company I worked for, my location, the year, present. All right, and the last one is education. Once you're done with the three work experience, the next thing is your education. You don't need to put much because it's not a CV. But if it's a CV, you can carry on with more. So my education, this is it right there. Okay, this is every single thing you can see for my education. All right. Now, if it was a CV, this education doesn't just stop here. After I'm done with that, education keeps going. I can list whatever achievement I've gotten. List my achievement, list my awards, list all the recognition that I have. You're free to go on that when it comes to a CV. All right. So this is a simple resume, just one page. I would prefer one page, but you can go 1 or 2 page, but preferably please 1 page so the ATS can just scan through it and get the feedback done and get a job. Yeah, so that's that. So like I said, ATS love PDS and PDF documents. And let's go to the resumes or CV do's and don'ts, which I've explained before, but let's walk through it. Now, keep it simple and clean, just like this. Right, so keep it simple and clean. Use consistent formatting. You can see the style, the keywords that I use. Sorry, I mean the font style that I use is consistent, and the arrangement is consistent or properly aligned. So use consistent formatting. Prioritize white space, give enough space. So if there's enough room, breathing room, use bullet points and align everything properly. So these are the do's. All right. Now the don't is do not use fancy or hard to read fonts. That's a red flag. The ATS cannot read that. Do not use too many colors. Preferably just use black and white. This is something every system, every computerized system can read easily. Black and white. No images, no emojis. Do away with that and avoid overcrowding your resume. Right, so that's that. So once again, just to repeat myself, a resume is used for job finding, while CV is for educational, international travel, or whatever it is. Do you understand? So that's like the big distinct difference, and it's based on the country or location you are in. And always keep in mind that when it comes to resume, most of the time, 90% of the time, especially in with the way everything is all um authorized or monitored by artificial intelligence, your resume do not get to the recruiters or hiring managers' eyes. So make sure that your resume is friendly to the ATS system. Do you understand? And you are good to go. Thank you very much for your time and have a wonderful day.